some nerd out there who is like trolling the CB7 website. We might as well give him a hello.
I mean,
we might as well give him a Jolt Cola and a black concert T-shirt too. But
you joke, but
yeah, we're not putting our children up on this. Okay, so now you've done that part. Now, probably again on a PC screen, it's at the top of the screen. There's a blue box that says
Start webinar.
Start this webinar. So go ahead and click that. And one of the things that should do is start the recording. So the good thing is that if the webinar were set up correctly, and I'm struggling with our district manager to get her to set them up correctly, but if you use the right template to start the Zoom, to create the webinar in the first place, then all you need to do is to start the webinar.
And it would do all of those things automatically, but it's fine.
No, it'd only do the recording automatically. Now, a couple of other things. Now, you have a participants list.
Yep.
I always keep that open. Among other things, if you hover, right now you're signed in as Community Board 7 Manhattan. So one of the things you may want to do is hover over your own name on, or the Community Board 7 name as host on, and then click more, and one of the options will be rename, and you'll rename yourself Courtney or none of your damn business or whatever you want to call yourself.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And now if you wanted to make somebody else a co-host, for example, Blanche, although you're not going to make Blanche a co-host, let's be real.
It doesn't matter, but yeah.
So hover over my name on the participants list. You've done this before or no?
No, but
all right, so hover over my name.
For some reason it's familiar. Yeah, make co-host. Yep.
Yep, there it is. That's, by the way, the screen that allows you to bounce out the Russian trollers who are, hacking you as well.
You know what I remember is that a couple of weeks ago when you and I were both doing it, but you were dealing with something else, I moved a panelist I moved an attendee to be a panelist so she could speak. So yeah, it's pretty.
Okay.
Yeah,
a couple other things you'll want to do when you set up the meeting or you get the meeting going. Wherever it is that toolbar is on your screen, there's going to be a green button that says screen share.
Yep.
On your panel, unlike mine, there's going to be a little side up arrow. So click on the little side up arrow, and it should tell you that right now only the host can share, but you can click on a button that says any panelist. You'll probably want to do that if you've invited somebody to make a presentation.
Yep.
And then and that you would want to take care of right away. Same thing with chat. There should be a little up arrow on yours.
Here's a question for you. I mean, this is just a nuance, but the second question is who can start sharing when someone else is sharing? Should I just click all panelists only hosts?
No, leave that to you, because if you want to overrule somebody, you should have that power.
Okay. People
sometimes flake out and leave the meeting and their screen is still up. So you want to be the one who can
take that down. Okay.
Well, especially if they if their computer freezes on them, then you're stuck looking at their frozen screen. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So if you click on chat, you should have, I think it's in the 3 ellipses. Yeah. I think it's in the 3 ellipses on the far right corner. There should be a thing there that says attendees can speak to, and it's hosts and panelists or everyone. You want to make sure it says hosts and panelists. That's how we prevented the pro-Lucerne and anti-Lucerne people from increasingly using bad language to call each other names.
Wait. So actually what we want here is allow attendees to chat with no one.
No, allow them to chat with hosts and panelists.
My choice is panelists and attendees. So then what I really want is
panelists.
To chat with panelists. Okay.
Right, because that way they can't talk to each other, and that's what was part of what was happening. And then maybe the last thing is, and it's probably in your 3 ellipses, or maybe there's a button that says closed captioning or live captioning or something like that.
I've got a button that says live transcript.
Live transcript. Okay, so you click on that button and it should give you a couple of options. One of which is like automatically generate or go ahead or whatever it is.
Enable auto transcription.
There you go. So even if you don't want it for your screen, you should enable it for others because people do like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're recording, we're live streaming, we have the live captioning, we have fixed the share screen, and we fixed the chat. I think that's everything except if you wanted to make somebody a co-host. And you know how to promote an attendee to a panelist, right?
Yes. Hang on one second. I do. Yes, that I know.
And you know the reverse, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
It's all in-
What the step that I'd missed? I've been taking notes on my phone, but the step that I missed was the share screen. All panelists. But then
it's kind of a shame that it's all panelists or just you. There's no intermediate. It's not like you can do it piece by piece or person by person.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That seems pretty straightforward.
Okay. Do you want to learn how to create a Zoom?
Sure.
All right. So here's what I would ask you to do. Share your screen. Share your screen and share your browser that has, so bring up the Zoom that you had clicked on in order to get into this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Share that screen with me right now.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. It's weird because I wonder if this is it. Yes.
All right. Here's what I would ask you to do. Share your screen. So what's going on there is that the YouTube, which has a time delay, you need to go to that screen and click the mute button on the YouTube.
I just did it.
Okay, good. Okay, so now bring up your browser. Doesn't seem to want your browser. Can you do that?
I mean, I've got a browser. Do you want me to go into Zoom?
So get out of share screen for a second.
Yeah.
There should be a red button wherever the green button is. In my screen, it would be at the top of the screen.
Got it.
There it is. Okay. So now what you do is you click share screen, and then it'll give you a page of a screen of all the things that are open on your computer, and you can pick the one you want.
Hang on. It's really not liking this for some reason. All right, hang on.
It's better if you do it, but if
it's like literally, hang on, my computer is really unhappy. I'm closing this because I don't know what else to do. I just closed out that browser because it was like not letting me do anything. All right, hang on. Now the thing is, I'm making a different choice. All right, going back and starting over again.
So all you need to do is to get your browser into the share screen, and then we can walk through from there.
Right. It just wasn't.
It wasn't letting you do it.
Wasn't letting me do anything actually.
Okay. Well, if you want, just make me a co-host, then I can do it and show you.
Mark Diller, CB7. I'm trying to get back into the Gmail.
Don't worry about that. That's not
Okay.
what but you don't need that. You just need a browser open. That's all you need, is to share your screen with a browser.
Oh my, very unhappy right now. Come on. Something is going on with my computer. It is not. There we go. Okay. What is going on with that? Okay.
Okay, so now you don't need that screen. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to your browser line, right? And you're going to call up the URL zoom.us. That's all you need to do. Good. Okay. Now you already signed in. All right, so sign in as, you know, as you did before. Okay. So here you go. So go over to webinars. And on the far right side, it should say schedule a webinar.
Schedule a webinar.
Yep. Okay. Now here's the part that really makes all the difference in the world.
Mm-hmm.
The third box down says use a template.
Mm-hmm.
So click on that.
1 second. Making sure I'm recording all of the, yes. Ah, look at that.
Okay, and every single one of those templates.
Yep.
And there's ones for, you know, it'll do everything except put so it'll set all the settings, the recording,
Everything.
Yeah, and including things like, okay, so yeah, okay, good. You know, pick a fictitious date so we don't conflict with anything that's already been done. So pick tomorrow at noon, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, 11 p.m. That won't conflict with anything.
Yeah, except some of our full board meetings.
Hey, some of our preservation meetings. And then I think if you scroll down, it'll say save or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Do we require a webinar passcode?
Here's the thing: all of those settings will go with the template. So if you use the correct template and leave it alone,
don't touch anything. Yep.
All right. Schedule. Go ahead, hit schedule.
But isn't that going to send out emails to all of YL?
Nope. I'll walk you through that next.
Okay. Can you imagine?
Well, if you want to have some fun with Blanche, I imagine.
Oh my God.
Okay, so now scroll down. Yeah, this is a good screen. Okay, so see, oh, whoops, there it is. Scroll up just a little bit. There you go. So invitations, right? Invite panelists, and it says no panelists invited. That's a good thing, right? Now I will send you a file. I see on the right hand side of that same line, it says import from CSV.
Yeah.
Christian, well, I was too stupid to ask him until I was rotating off his chair, but Christian explained what that is. CSV is comma separated values. So you can create what looks like an Excel spreadsheet, but use the CSV format. You can input the entire committee's name, and email address once and then just import it from that document and never, because every month when I was chair, I had to input all 50 board
Oh my
members'
gosh,
names.
you poor thing.
Well, no, it's not. It's just an invitation to make an error. That's all it is.
Right.
So anyway, that's how you do that part. Although you can just hit edit and then put them in manually if you want to. So like if you're inviting a guest, that's how you do that.
Okay.
Okay. A couple other things to notice here. Just below that, it says invite attendees. You see the registration link.
Yep.
If you hover just to the right of it,
Yep.
there's
Copy.
a little copy. Okay, so you know about. So now the source tracking link.
Yep.
I find it to be really interesting to add, so click add once on that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do, for example, is link NYC. I would create a separate source tracking link for link NYC, and then use that when we post on link NYC. And then we can distinguish between those people who found us through the website versus those people who found us through various types of social media. I would actually do Facebook, Twitter, and link NYC separately and get an idea about. So one of the things that's interesting to find out is that tons and tons of people learn about our meetings from link NYC, but they don't actually register. They register using the website because who's going to sit there with their phone while looking at
Right
this?
now.
Yeah, but they find out about it through a link NYC. It's kind of an interesting thing. Anyway, hit cancel.
But Facebook or Twitter or things like that, I could envision they would do the exact link.
Yep. Okay, just a couple other things to know. If you click on email settings, oops, it's a little above you now. There, up. There it is. Okay, so click on email settings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, two things to notice is that see where it says email contact? And the default email is the one that, if you don't use the correct template, that email setting is my email because it's how the account was set up. I'll tell you that for the bylaws committee, Susan has replaced the template with hers so that if anybody is corresponding about the meeting, it comes to her directly, which is not a bad idea. So for YEL, if you wanted to change the template to be you, we can make that happen. And then if you look down a little bit.
Sorry, just to be clear, if I changed this to my email.
Only on the YEL template.
But then what would, so then if anyone was emailing what? Oh, like a reply to the email link that they had for the YEL.
So if somebody's registering for the meeting and they want to ask a question or give feedback, instead of it going into the black hole, because I don't think anybody monitors that email address. I mean, you just called it up and I bet you a good beer that there are 100 unread messages. And then, so anyway, so that could be you, and that would eliminate the middleman. And
then all I do is save it as a template, basically.
You would update the template. That's right.
Got it.
And then you see down there it says reminder email, send 1 hour and 1 day before.
Yep.
You can modify that, but that's a good thing.
No, it's great. Yeah.
And then go up where it says email settings. One more thing to show you.
Hang on 1 second.
Yep.
Yep.
Click on branding. And I've input the logo that we use for this. Yep. If you don't use the template, then you don't get it, and it doesn't look as professional. That's all. All right. So
correct.
Okay, so now scroll back up to the top. And click on webinars again.
Just go out of this, basically.
Click on webinars, right? It'll give you the list of all upcoming webinars. Ooh, slow today. Okay. So let's find this one wherever it is. It's tomorrow at 11 o'clock, right? There it is.
Delete.
All right, so just delete, yeah.
Great.
And I think that's enough for now.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine. I think the next time let's.
One other thing, I'm sorry, one other thing.
Yeah.
Scroll to the top of that screen you're on right now.
Mhm.
See where it says webinar templates. That's the list. Now, if you clicked on any of those, obviously on the right-hand side, use this template, you would then create a meeting. But if you click on the template name, you could modify some of those settings that we just checked.
Yeah.
The only one I would recommend you modify
Is that email?
Is that contact email.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that should be enough for today.
Awesome. Well, hang on. Let me stop sharing my screen and get back so I can see your face. 1 second. Why is my computer being really funky today? Oh, dear. All right. Well, it's not letting me go back to Zoom. I do not know why.
Which is funny because I see you stop share screening for me. So I see you, but
yeah, it just wasn't letting me go back to see you. It was only letting me stay on my Chrome. So anyway, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Great. So I guess we don't have a YEL until December.
Yeah, but I'll practice. I'll plan to start it that Thursday.
And so the only other thing I would recommend is that you might, as a kindness, let Michelle know in advance, because Stephen has an expectation of her starting all the meetings, and that hasn't been.
Yeah, I'll let her know I'm practicing.
Yeah, that hasn't been something that, I mean, it's a long day.
I don't actually really mind if we're going to be there anyway. I don't really care.
I've been starting some of them meetings that I'm going to anyway.
Yeah.
So that she can go home without.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I feel the same way. Like if I'm going to be sitting on it, I'm pretty facile with Zoom at this point, and so it's fine.
Yep. Good. Okay, so you're all set. You're,
right.
As they say in the airplane world, you're checked out.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
Have a good day.
Luck with the pie crust.
Oh, yeah, thanks. That's another conversation. I'll let you know how it goes.
All right.
I know.